Greetings, divine ones. We are back for another Thursday connection session. I'm feeling really good, really energized. I just had a beautiful conversation, um, or you can call it kind of like an interview with one of my really good friends, um, Mr. Darren X, aka Beans. We actually talked about religion versus spirituality. Got into the similarities, the differences, the ins, the outs, the ups, the downs. We got into all of those things. It's a very beautiful conversation. I can't wait to post that on this here channel. But today I would like to kind of expound upon the um the word or the topic of flexibility, because at the end of Brother Darren X and I's um interview, shall you say, I did a tarot reading for him, and one of the last cards that I pulled, um the oracle cards that I pulled from this deck by Denise Lynn, Sacred Destiny Oracle, um, was flexibility. And that's kind of resonating with me. And I feel as though I should share um, my thoughts and perspective on why it's important to remain flexible in what we do, in anything that we're doing. Um, yeah, so I kind of like to go into um, very simple terms, simple things to understand. So flexibility, what's the opposite of flexibility? Flexibility, and I would say constriction. Shouts out to the person that's in here. I think that may be Darren or Mama Nikki or whoever, but say hi. Say hi. Hey y'all. Um so flexibility and restriction, um, remaining flexible in what we are doing as far as our daily practices, whether that be religion, whether it be spirituality, whether it be something in our career path, or in our relationships, remaining flexible in our relationships also. Because I am a holistic health coach, so it's holistic health is everything. It's mind, body, spirit, soul, all the things that make up the human experience and also the universe. So remaining flexible in a sense that we have a certain way of doing things and seeing things, and we are creatures of habit, you know. Like in the Sunday Fun Day Holistic Health Group, um, we complete healthy habits for the week. So just we are creatures of habit. So we tend to stick to kind of a routine. I know it kind of differs from like sign to sign. I know earth signs and those fixed signs will be a little more rigid when it comes. There it is. Rigidity and flexibility. There it is. So we'll be a little more rigid in our approach to certain things, whatever topic is pertaining to, um, versus being flexible and kind of gaining different perspectives by um, doing our own research and by talking to others, asking questions, being open and receptive to the information that is being presented. Doesn't necessarily mean that you have to adopt or believe everything that the other person is saying, but be open, be flexible in the sense that um, you may have had some biases or assumptions or judgments about a certain thing, like a topic, a person, anything. But remaining flexible in the mind is very crucial to our expansion and evolution as human beings, as extensions of the Creator. So, um, for me personally, also practicing um, yoga and meditation. There's no one way to meditate. And yeah, I just like to clarify that because a lot of people have a lot of questions about, oh, what is meditation? Isn't meditation the same thing as this and that and blah blah blah? Yes, they're all the same. Meditation, prayer, um, going within, connecting with your higher self. All of those are the same thing. It's just worded a little bit differently. So when we remain open and flexible to the idea of something being presented in a way that we aren't used to, we're able to expand more. So going back to yoga, um, when we're stretching and we're challenging our bodies to um, go deeper into poses and surrendering to the process of building up that sense of flexibility, because everybody wants to be able to just like do the most advanced moves, like I don't know, busting splits, like doing a split. I was actually on Pinterest yesterday, scrolling through Pinterest. I haven't been on Pinterest in a while. Pinterest is actually a really nice um, place to gain knowledge and really really quick, because I know a lot of us spend time on Instagram and Facebook and stuff like that. Pinterest also is a good platform. So I was on Pinterest and looking up, my board presents yoga poses to me because that's what I'm into. So I see a post of a woman uh, in a diagram where it's like she's teaching how to you know practice a certain move every single day so that um, you'll be able to master these more advanced moves, such as doing a split. Because to me, doing a split is an advanced move. I'm not there yet. I feel like I can be, with practice. We all can be with practice. But it's all about remaining open and surrendering to that process of, um, challenging the muscles and the tendons and all of that in certain areas, and allowing them to expand. Um, so, yes, remaining flexible. I am actually going to go ahead and share this stream as I'm talking. So, give me a second. Give me 1 second to to share this really quick. Um, yeah, so remaining flexible, like in my daily practice, in the things that I do, the spiritual work that I do, the inner work that I do, um, I don't necessarily place a certain, mm, I guess you can call it a I stick to a routine, but I don't stick to a routine. You know, it's kind of balancing out the structure and the free flow, because it's like an artist when they produce music. Um, you have some artists that will write down their music, you know, the words come to them, and they write the lyrics of the song down, and then they put it together with the music, and then there you go, you have a song. And then you have some artists that are like, oh, okay, all I need to do is do my favorite things, be in a happy mood, be in good spirits, keep my vibration high, and I can go in the booth and just let it flow. We have those two different artists, but neither of those artists are, good or bad because of what um, the methods in which they produce their music is just different. Not negative, just different. So one produces its music through a plan, a structure. I'm going to do this first. I'm going to get the lyrics. The lyrics will come to me, and I'll, put the song together, and then, add in the music. And then the other artist is like, I'm going to go in the studio, vibe with the producer. The producer's gonna, probably play a song, play his instrumentals or her instrumentals or whatever, and then I can just allow surrender to the flow of um, that creative energy. Um, so it's crucial to remain flexible in a sense that, okay, we have that one artist, the artist who plans ahead, and the artist who free flows, who freestyles. Um, let's say the artist who plans ahead, let's say they have to come up with something on the spot, or they're like at I like watching, sometimes I watch these different talk shows where like a late night talk show host is interviewing an artist, and they're like, oh well, can you spit a verse for us or something like that, and it's like, yeah, the artist who plans out their music, I bet they'll probably have a little bit harder time coming up with something on the spot versus the artist who normally free flow, freestyles. And then you can switch those two also. The artist who freestyles may be asked to work on a project with another artist, and they're like, oh, I want you to prepare something so that we can collaborate. And they might be like, well, that's not really what I do. I really don't do that. I just get in the booth and I just go. Like, I vibe with the producer. And they're like, well, if you want to work on this project, this is what I'm requiring, you know. So they might have a little harder time being able to produce that masterpiece because they haven't taken the time to practice. Not practice, but to plan, to you know, produce the song in a systematic way. Um, like I said, neither one is good or bad. It's just is in the way. It's a choice in the way we present ourselves creatively. Um, so yes, remaining flexible. Shouts out to the two people in the sacred space. I hope everyone is having a beautiful day thus far. Um, yeah, I'm still really into the the conversation that I just had with brother Darren X, and we were talking about so many things, but one thing that came up was the the um the way in which we choose to remain, we choose to be open to asking questions of people who don't particularly live life the way we live life, or do things that we don't do, say things that we don't say, move in a way that we don't move. And we were talking about things trigger that trigger us. And something that kind of triggered me was um, just the fact that a lot of religions will pay so much respect and homage to the divine masculine God, so open and freely, being open with that, like, oh my God, him, he, God, he is a God, he, and not really acknowledging the goddess. Um, and had I not, in that moment, uh, in our conversation, had I not been open to um, receiving his interpretation, or the teachings that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad has said, has taught to um, the Nation of Islam, had I not been open to receiving what he was saying, I would have totally missed or misconstrued the fact that the Nation of Islam absolutely does acknowledge the divine feminine and the goddess. We don't necessarily have to use the same terms to be on the same wavelength. We don't have to say the same words to be on the same path, you know, or heading towards the same direction, or having the same goal. So, yeah, just wanted to touch on that. Also, yeah, I really like the fact that he said um, that there are, trying to reach for it. There are knowing the power of a woman. This is what I was going to say. Referring when something triggers us inside, like how just saying like, oh God, he got him. That's something that triggered me because I'm referring to past events and past circumstances, and how women were treated in the past. But really, all we have is right now. Like, all we have is this present moment. That's all we have. And um, just being aware and conscious of where we are mentally, um, because a lot of we can wreak a lot of havoc just remaining in that mindset of past events and past circumstances, and oh, women were treated so wrong and blah 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 blah, blah. Like, we can kind of get stuck there, and that's all we talk about. It's like, oh, the woman is so abused, and the woman is this and the woman is that, but we're not focusing on today, what women are doing, and how the goddess is being respected now, and how Mother Earth is being acknowledged, and just going through her cycle of rebirth and regeneration and rejuvenation. Um, it's kind of like staying there on that wavelength is like, oh, okay. I can rest here comfortably. Like I can be here and not, feel some type of resistance. Like, ugh. Yeah. Hey, Raven. Um, that's so true. We have to appreciate the now. Yes, absolutely appreciating the now. Um, and a lot of times we were talking about restrictive laws too. That's what we are talking about, the restrictive laws. Same thing, same concept as universal law, in which I love to dive into research, talk about, all those good things. Same concept, same principle. Um, but the restrictive law, like saying how we should refrain from drinking alcohol, like those laws are placed. The laws are laws for a reason. I really like that. The laws are laws for a reason. Um, so the restrictive laws, like okay, not consuming alcohol. Um, we're talking about how it alcohol inhibits you, and it lowers your vibration. It makes you susceptible to lower energy, lower entities, lower, you know, people, low vibrating people, low vibrating entities, low vibrating energy. Um, and in certain religions like that, it's the same case. So it's really fascinating to see how everything is so interconnected, and how we're all, you know, singing different notes of the same song. We're just all singing different notes of the same song. And it's a beautiful thing. Really, really amazing. But we can we can tend to be turned off or triggered when we're not being present in the moment. Um, definitely. And also, if you observe people who are under the influence of alcohol, they kind of tend to want to always revisit the past. They they take that liquid courage, and they like, oh, remember when you said I was ugly, or remember when blah blah blah, or whatever. Like, wait, like that was how many years ago? Like I said I was sorry. Like what you talking about? Um yeah, so like being lowering our vibrate when we ingest spirits. That's what they call it, spirit. If you look at a liquor store or anything like that, um even like, Jules or something like that, they'll say spirits, liquor and spirits. Why are they calling it spirits? Why are they calling it spirits? Because it's like when you drink alcohol, your vibration goes from high to a little bit lower. And when your vibration is a little lower, then lower entities, beings, spirits can come in and influence you. So that's why they say you're under the influence of alcohol. But really, you're under the influence of spirit, of energies around you. Yes. So the universal light up. What up, brother Darren X? The basis of God's religion is music, color, and medicine. Yes. Elijah Muhammad. Yes, absolutely. And it's the same thing. The same, the same basis in um magic. Because some people would see, like, oracle cards and tarot cards and stuff like that as like, oh, that's witchcraft. Oh, that's that's magic, that's witchcraft, that's voodoo, all this other stuff, when it's really um highly spiritual and highly it's a tool. These are all tools used in order to communicate with God, spirit, the universe, your higher self, source, whatever you like to call it. It's all the same thing. And just I am here as a conduit for spirits, a conduit for the angelic realms, the angel, whatever, however you envision or see, um, you know, beings of a higher nature. I am a conduit for those beings. So when I'm doing like a tarot reading, I am surrendering and allowing spirit to deliver a message to the person who where I'm giving a reading to. And that's highly spiritual. And all of these cards, um, either they embody that art, the color, the sacred geometry, um, you know, and music. Music. Let's talk about music. Um, just having tools like a tuning fork, like, you know, and they're tuned to a certain frequency. So this one is tuned to 999 hertz. And it says alignment. So striking this tuning fork, it's like there's a resonance there, and a tuning fork is used to tune our energy, like to eat, keep get us to that frequency or that vibration that we desire to be on. Because all this energy, right? All this energy. So I'm tuning this tuning fork. It's as though I'm able to kind of, any of the musicians out there watching, y'all know it's like when you have an instrument and it's out of tune, it's like it doesn't sound right. It doesn't sound the same as an instrument that's in tune. I've been practicing the ukulele a lot, and I've had my ukulele for years now, since like 2012. And um, during this pandemic, it is the perfect time to, you know, practice some things that we're drawn to, are into, and just be diligent with our work and our practice. And I practice the ukulele every day, like every day now, and it's like therapy. It's really like therapy. So connecting music to psychology is like, um yeah, it's very therapeutic. I know of people who graduated from NIU who studied music therapy, and all of these concepts and these things just um, come right back around to um, ancient Egypt or ancient Kemet. Um, how I was actually at I got a lot of stories today. So I was actually at attended Afropunk with one of my best friends, Raven Putnam, my bestest friend since third grade. Um, we went to Afropunk in Brooklyn, and there was a woman there who was dressed up like, like a because it was a music festival. So everybody's like, you can either come in costume or you just get creative with it. So it's a fun place to connect with, people who like the same type of music that you like. And she came, she's all dressed up in green, and she had two tuning forks, and she would ding, 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 just be tuning the tuning forks. And we're looking at this woman like, oh, not understanding what she's doing or anything at that moment, but we're like, okay, she's doing this for a reason, and I feel that this reason is for the greater good. So, and I just walked up to her and I was like, can I have a hug? Like, can I hug you? And she was like, absolutely. Like, oh. And it was so beautiful. Such an amazing thing. That's one thing that this pandemic has like kind of been getting getting to me a little bit because of the music festivals, like music, art. Um, Brother Darren was talking about GAP, God, art, and psychology. Um, so all of those things are interconnected, and just really really beautiful to look at it from a bird's eye view, and to see how this thing will help this thing and that thing will help that thing, and everything is one thing, all is united, all is one. It's we're all harmonized, we're all harmonizing with each other. Like the earth, the planets have different frequencies, they exude different tunes. Like the earth has a different frequency than Jupiter, and Jupiter has a different frequency than Venus, and Venus, they all sound different. But they all come together to you know give us the song of the universe, and whatever other planets in the galaxy, you know, um, we're all singing in harmony. Um, so it's very beautiful, a very exciting time to be alive today, and just witness all of the prophecies, and the ending of the old and the beginning of the new, and the phoenix rising from the ashes, and all of these great things. It's really amazing to connect with people who um who you can see yourself in, because every we are all a reflection of everyone else. We're all one. So remaining flexible and open-minded enough to actually just talk to someone who you don't particularly see how you might have some things in common, but not too many. But just remaining open-minded, and saying, hey, let's why do you do the things that you do? you know Asking a question, and not immediately shutting everything off or dismissing it because it's not something that you do normally in your everyday life. That's very ignorant. It is very ignorant. Everything is all. Yes, everything is everything. Absolutely. Um so yeah, that's pretty much what I have for you all today. I did not get a chance to post this everywhere before I got on, so um I will be sure to do that next week. Um and tell me before I go, I want to hear from the people in the live stream now. Are you the artist that plans, that has a systematic way of writing your song, or are you the artist that likes to freestyle? Which one are you? Because I can be nowadays. I'm 26 years old. Nowadays, I feel as though I and where I am at the present moment, freestyling is most um, appropriate for me right now. Um, but I've had moments where I was very diligent in preparing, and just planning ahead. I think we're all planning ahead without our conscious awareness, because I absolutely had to have the thought to create this YouTube channel. I've had the thought years and years and years in advance, but just that process in itself of, oh, hey, I'm gonna do a YouTube channel. I want to create a YouTube channel. I want to do this. Oh, what would I say on it? What would I do? What would I present? How would I present myself? That's a part of the planning process also. So yeah, it's kind of like the yin and the yang. It's a little bit of a planner in the freestyler, and a little bit of a freestyler in the planner. So yes, So Raven says, I have been the artist that plans. I'm transitioning now. Yeah. So yeah, we kind of go through those phases of being the freestyler and being the planner, the systematic producer. Um so yes, before I let you go, um, I just wanna pull a oracle card. Just wanna pull an oracle card for you all. Leave you with a little message to help you throughout the rest of this week, and maybe some encouragement, some upliftment, and some good energy for you to go forth and be the greatest person, your greatest version for the collective, for us all. Ooh, that's a lot that came out. I'm gonna just grab the first one on top here. Wow. Okay. I love Oracle. I love these cards. So diligence. I don't know how many times I said diligence today, like in this live stream. I know I've said it a couple of times um, in the conversation with Brother Darren X and I. But yeah, so diligence. Kind of want to read what the book says now. Like I said, as I said, I am a conduit for spirits, and I just allow the messages to flow through me. Um, yeah, so it says diligence. There's a beautiful bird on here. They're in the clouds, soaring high. So it says traditionally, fields were left fallow, so unfarmed for extended periods of time to allow the soil to recover and rebalance its nutrients to break disease and pest cycles and to provide a haven for wildlife. Let fields lie fallow, fallow, meant that the subsequent crops were much healthier and more vibrant. Hmm. Engaging in this honored process takes patience and diligence, but the results are worth the wait. So this is what it says: a follow field. Follow field. So, follow. That kind of reminds me of the freestyler. Because it's like, okay, when I think of diligence, it's like, oh, doing diligent work, like being diligent in your work, being persistent, you know. And then they're talking about in the book, follow fields. Very interesting indeed. So I would leave you all with the message of follow the whatever phase that you're in right now, whether you're in the freestyler phase or whether you're in the planner, um, the artist that plans type of phase. Neither is wrong, neither is right. They both just are. It just is. And everything is always proceeding according to plan. Like every single instance is a miracle. Just you taking a breath is a miracle. Waking up in the morning, seeing another beautiful day is a miracle. Um, so appreciate where you are. Appreciate where you are in this moment, and you can acknowledge the past. Acknowledge the past. Don't live there. Acknowledge it. Learn from it, but don't live there because all we have is now. And absolutely plan for the future. Even if you're not conscious of the fact that you are planning, you are absolutely planning. So, let's take a deep breath. Y'all ready to take a deep breath? And I've been implementing this different practice with my meditation where I put one hand over my heart and one hand on um, near my diaphragm, like right here. So it's like just feeling my heartbeat and also the way in which my diaphragm expands and contracts. It absolutely helps to ground and center and align with divine, to align with God, to align with your higher self, source, spirit, whatever you like to call it. Yeah. So that's also something I'll leave you with. Thank you all so very much for joining me today. Special thank you to Brother Darren X for reaching out and you know, putting together the beautiful interaction that we had. I will absolutely post that video today for you all to watch and enjoy. And remember, divine ones, that true wealth is true health. So seek truth and love yourself. Until next time, peace, love, and light.